Good evening. You are listening to Cosmic Crit, a Starfinder actual play podcast featuring characters with all sorts of backstory information that you will never ever hear on air. For example, did you know that Edris, between mercenary missions, is bass player for a Phil Collins cover band? Or that Andis was once featured on a reality television show about competition knitting? Or that Raimi, poor downtrodden Raimi, is only so grumpy because a gang of roustabouts destroyed his Pog collection? All these stories and more are just begging to be told on Cosmic Crit, but the only way they'll be able to do that is if they continue to get new listeners to their show. So, you, fair listener, tell your friends, make reviews on iTunes and Facebook and Twitter, and get the word out about Cosmic Crit, your favorite Starfinder actual play podcast. And make sure to listen to the end of this episode for their interview with Jason Nelson of Legendary Games. They discussed his Alien Bestiary Kickstarter that is going on right now, and why everyone should check out the awesome Starfinder-compatible content from their company. Now we come to tonight's episode. The gang gets into a lot of trouble in a nightclub. I present to you Cosmic Crit, Dancing Caves.
Last time on Cosmic Crit.
Andis was able to get a hold of Lurgs from the Hardscrabble Collective, and we asked him a few questions.
We learned that the Hardscrabble Collective had hired the Level 21 crew for protection.
As the team set up a meeting with the Level 21s, they were attacked by the Sams.
Alindra finally got to use her supernova powers.
Raimi missed a lot.
Andis managed to get Lurgs from the Hardscrabble connections on VidPhone.
God.
We were able. What?
You're just making up names every time.
His name is Lurgs, and it's Hardscrabble Connection.
Connection?
Collective.
What the?
Oh, it's collect. Blame my notes. Blame my notes. Blame my notes. Shut up.
Someday we'll find it. Hardscrabble Connection.
I hate all of you so much. You can all just you. You guys are so mean to me. I'm the nicest guy in this whole fucking group, and I just bastards and psychopaths.
Oh, I'm hurting it.
Episode commencing in 3, 2, 1. Episode initiated.
Hey everyone, grab your protein pills and put your helmets on. It's time for Cosmic Crit. This is Patrick, your game master of disaster, and I'm going to introduce everyone here around the digital table very quickly. To my left is the dramaturgic Drew playing Nax Sizrak.
Hello, everybody.
To his left, gentlemanly Jabert playing Andis-147.
Greetings, listeners.
And across from me, across the digital table, is Meticulous Miles playing Raimi.
Wiggity wham wham wazzle.
To his left is the rambunctious Rebecca with Alindra Vallis.
Yeah.
And finally,
How come
to my...
every time I speak, everyone
so
laughs?
good. Whatever it is gold. To my right, finally, last but not least, is Tenacious Tyler playing Adros Varanus.
Did you know that over 150 post-apocalyptic vehicles were created for the use in Mad Max Fury Road, and around half of them were destroyed during production? That's a fact.
Of course, we all knew that. Why would you bring that up? It's like,
man,
water's
I'm
wet,
so behind on these
sky
facts.
is up. Thank you for that, Tyler. Are you on Wikipedia right now? Is that what's happening?
I'm on Dorkly about 15 weird facts about classic sci-fi movies, and I think I'll just throw one in during my introduction every week, so we can learn a little bit more about the sci-fi genre.
Or Conversely, here's another suggestion: don't do that.
Come on.
Especially after you cited where you got it from.
That's a good point. I've ruined my sources.
Yeah, but we can
so I
cut
guess-
that part out, and then we still have it. It's golden. I like it. I think it's cool.
No, I have an actually good idea. Well, I think it's a really good idea.
Oh,
We
boy.
should have a word of the day and aim to use it in the episode at some point.
In character.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the word for today, everyone?
Okay.
Gonorrhea.
I didn't realize we were on Sesame Crit.
Sesame Crit, yeah.
And whoever uses it gets a resolve point.
Yeah.
Probably.
Oh
not,
wow,
but-
that's broken.
What was Jibber? What did you say?
Nothing.
He said gonorrhea. He said gonorrhea.
No, I said no. It's not that. It's not as crass as that.
It would be too
Oh.
easy. Just be like, my character has gonorrhea. I have gonorrhea.
Oh no, I got space gonorrhea.
So, everyone, hi, how's it going? We have had a couple of very fun weeks here at Cosmic Crit and have been getting a lot of fan feedback. So, whether it's online or meeting up with people in real life in the wild, I was wondering if you guys had any shout outs you'd like to throw out there for people that have been listening and commenting and some cases critiquing. Who have you been listening to that have been listening to us?
We actually met, Rebecca and I met a gentleman named John who was at Dragon Con with us. And it was the first place we went to Dragon Con. We went down to the to tabletop gaming area. And the first thing we did, we sat down, introducing ourselves to the table, and of course, Rebecca, always on point for throwing the show out there, mentions Cosmic Crit to the table.
We're on Cosmic Crit.
And John was sitting just to my left. He's like, "You guys are Cosmic Crit," and it was an awesome experience. He's just getting into Starfinder, of course, like everybody, and he's an Atlanta local guy, or I believe, and super nice dude, really getting into character, and we had an awesome experience playing with him and hanging out a little bit afterwards. So I know we talked about it a couple weeks ago, but John, just want to know, thank you for still listening.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I think my favorite thing so far, outside of just general positive chit chat we've had, was Jen Trigger. They drew our characters like unsolicited. Just did this really cool rendering of our entire crew, and it was. I mean, I love it. It's a fantastic piece.
Yeah,
and I think
you're going to see their work probably a few times because everyone here loved it, and it was one of the things we were thinking about when we started. We're like, oh, maybe we should do like a cool, like cartoony, chibi style version of your guys' characters, and the fact that was like one of the first pieces of fan art that we got was just so fortuitous.
Yeah, and they're now our tokens on the game board, and I love it. They're so cute.
They're fantastic, and honestly, I guess because I've been part of the More You Nerd, but I've never been part of a more creatively themed show that warranted getting fan art. So that's a brand new experience for me, and I thought it was the coolest thing in the world.
Right. Well, speaking of the show, we should get back into it and into the gameplay. What happened last time? Episode 5, if you guys recall. Where were we? What was happening?
So we were on our way to try to get into one of the gangs that's led by an Ysoki leader, and we had to go to a cafe to order a specific Akatonian egg salad sandwich. That was the signal to get in to meet with this leader. But wouldn't you know it, we were told to come back the next morning, and outside we're jumped by members of the strong Absalom movement.
So it's still that same day, but yeah, the strong Absalom guys found you, and there was a battle, and that's basically where we're starting off right now. Thank you for that, Drew.
Yeah, man.
Recap, Drew. So it's right after the fight. The smell of heated metal and laser burns still fill the air. The street, the setting that you guys are on, it's abandoned. It's a lower income kind of area of the Spike, and it's pretty late at night at this point. The 5 of you stand over the freshly fallen bodies of 4 dead men. Andis, your face was sprayed with blood, I believe, when Adros cut one of the attackers in half in front of you.
I think you mean when Adras saved Andis's life. He was not doing super great.
Yeah. There's some
why don't we check?
attacking.
Yeah, why don't we check in on everybody's levels, at least health wise? Edris is doing.
I'm out of stamina and I'm 2 HP down. So
Yeah, I'm even more than that.
Oh,
I could use a heal.
Okay.
Oh,
I think Edris, seeing that you are probably pretty worse off, he's got I believe, let me just check I have a serum of healing, Mark 1.
I do too. I could just use my own.
Okay, you have one.
So
that's awkward. Edris kind of walks up to me like, I have this serum if you would like it.
Oh, no, I'm good, thanks.
Oh, okay. I'll just go away forever now.
Andis is gonna walk up and lean against the wall and start tightening a wrench on their knees.
Tightening a knee wrench?
While everybody else is healing.
Just doing some basic self-maintenance.
While everybody else is healing their wounds that they got so easily, as I walk away unscathed once again, can I look around to see if any of these guys have anything valuable on them?
Yeah, so on them, I think Adras had already claimed the laser rifle last week. Yeah. One of them has an azimuth rifle, and then there are 3 azimuth laser pistols, and between them you find 200 creds. They have about 40 or 60 creds each, so total 200 creds. And in one of their pockets is a note scribbled in a very chicken scratch, hardly legible handwriting that reads "Mama Fats, level 21."
Sounds like somebody probably sold our whereabouts to these guys.
And they're all dead, right? We can't question any of them.
Dead as a doornail.
Yeah. I mean, should we hide the bodies? I don't know if we should just leave a bunch of dead bodies outside of Mama Fats, where we're supposed to meet up tomorrow.
I was about to say, you don't hear any sirens. It doesn't look like any of the security measures and a lot of other places on Absalom Station are in effect down here. But as you guys are kind of peering over the bodies and discussing what to do, the Mama Fats herself comes out, the e-cig still dangling on her lip, and looks over the bodies, and then looks at all of you and says, "Geez, you guys are just asking for trouble down here, huh?"
Yeah, we fought these guys in the HUD bar the other day. I'm not surprised that they tracked us down and tried to, finish off what they started in there, but I told them that they should all just walk away or they'll die. And
well, you gave them a warning at least. I'm gonna call on my boys and have them come down and clean this mess up. These strong Absalom scum will get a burial outside the nearest airlock.
Oh, thank you. We were just trying to figure out what to do with the bodies. I appreciate you cleaning up after us.
We'll space them and maybe hose this area down.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Cool.
So how is everyone feeling after the fight? Who's using? Oh, it looks like Alindra. Did you already use your serum, your healing?
Yeah, I just used a serum.
Okay, so that's a just straight D8 roll, and you've got what?
I got a 3.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a resolve point as well to give Andis their stamina back.
Well,
right. Yeah, I mean,
we are.
If anybody else wants to do that, go ahead.
I was going to say
actually, I'll do the same.
Never mind. I was going to say something that might not end up working out. I thought we were going to get a little break before we moved on.
Who knows? You never know. Random encounters in the city.
Yeah,
a Jabberwocky jumps out of the corner,
and then there's a swarm of rats.
So, since other people are taking the break to use that resolve point, Edris would do the same. So I am down to 2 resolve points left for the day, but I am at full stamina now and full hit points.
So I'm actually down to 1, and I have a rules question. So resolve points reset when? Every 24 hours? Is that right?
After you have a night's rest, you get them back, and you also get your stamina back and heal up some hit points.
And what time of day are we at now? Or is it the evening?
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, you've been going strong most of the day. It's pretty later in the evening, maybe like 9, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I think Edris would suggest that we break for the day. Maybe you go get some drinks at the HUD bar, and then pick up tomorrow with the meeting back at Mama Fats.
Yeah, probably a good idea because we do have that early morning meeting set up already. We don't want to be not on our guard for that.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to hang out together? Do you want to call work for the night?
Yeah, I think Edris would say, I'm going to go have a drink and maybe some different atmo at the HUD bar if anybody wants to join me.
I think Alindra's going to head
together.
back to the apartment of Master Pasilar and get a good night's rest.
Andis thinks that it would be best if we stuck together, so they're going to go with Idris.
I knew you would be down for it, Andis. Let's go have a drink.
Yeah, dog. Let's do this.
I'm a lizard. I am not a dog. I do not understand.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, classic Andis Adros slapstick. Can't wait to see what these two get up to. Raimi and Knack, Drew, Miles and Drew. Are you guys going with?
Yeah, Raimi's going to join his old war buddy for
yes. Come on, Knack. You may be short, but I bet you could drink like anybody else.
Yeah, come on, Fuzzy. Let's go.
Pull my tail. Come on. And Knack's going.
Yeah!
Okay.
It's gonna be a party!
Yeah, it is. I mean, by the time you get to the HUD bar, it's as bumping as it was the previous night. So, I mean, there's just dozens and dozens of people in there, and most seats are taken. But it is fairly uneventful, thankfully. No crazy bar brawls. Nobody's trying to kill you here. You guys can relax, yeah.
Is there anybody that looks like they're particularly well off in the HUD bar right now?
It's not really a rich person bar. It's kind of.
I mean, relative to the. I want to roll a sleight of hand check to steal something from someone.
Anything from anyone?
I want money specifically.
Drew, do you indeed want to go down the path of full-on thievery?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So, do you have something, Tyler?
Oh, Edris would look at Raimi. Yeah, Edris would look at Raimi, and seeing that Knack might be trying to get a score, I'll put 50 creds down that he gets caught.
I'll take that bet.
That's too much money for me.
I know. 5 creds was too much money for you, buddy.
Don't worry, Andis. One day you'll have plenty of credits.
I hope.
Okay.
So, yeah, you see a fairly easy mark. It's someone with a chain wallet, but the chain isn't really well attached to their belt. Are you indeed going to try and slip their wallet out of their back pocket?
Yes, I am.
Oh, boy. So
Perception check to see what's on their t-shirt.
Oh, God.
I want to know. Is this a hot topic, boy?
Yeah, it's an Invader Zim t-shirt.
Oh, sweet.
Ooh, nice.
But yeah. All right, so Drew, this is going to be you're going to do sleight of hand, right?
Yes.
Is this a skill that you have?
Yes.
All right, good. And it is opposed by their perception to tell. So you go ahead and roll, and then I'll roll, and we'll have some fun with this.
All right, so I am rolling D20, and I have rolled a 6. So you add 7.
Yeah!
So you add 7 to that for a whopping
13. Bill bop.
Oh no!
14. Yeah, so this human figure turns around and grabs at you as soon as they see what you're doing. What is... Yeah, hit your armor class. So you're able to jump away. They've very poorly tried to grab onto you. They're not throwing any punches right now, but they're like, what is this one doing? Kick this guy out.
He's
trying to take my wallet.
Can I roll a bluff check?
To do what? What are you saying?
Buddy, you dropped this. I was just giving it back to you.
So a bluff check, opposed by sense motive. Drew, why don't you go ahead and roll me that bluff first?
1! Natural 1!
Such a shame.
You said 50 credits, right?
So,
Yeah. You're gonna. Edris looks at Raimi. I think I might win this one.
a natural 1 isn't a failure, but what is your bonus to bluff?
It's a 7, so I would have an 8 overall.
An 8. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll my 20 now, sense motive style.
19.
A 19. Natural 19. Alixer, the bartender there at the HUD that night as well, kind of like points in your direction and whips her finger around, and a couple bouncers step out from the wings of the bar. And pretty big dudes. There's a best guy and there's a big old android, and they're like, "It's time to go."
Fellas, really? Come on, you know me.
Yes, they do. And they make both of their rolls to grab onto you, and they just lift you up off the ground by your armpits and start walking you outside. It's like, yeah, we know you. You were here last night and you got in a huge fight.
Andis is gonna go out with Knack. They turn back to the Idris and Raimi and say, "You folks have a good night. We'll I'll keep him company."
I want to roll a diplomacy check just to calm these guys down.
Oh yeah, press your luck. Let's see. The first check.
4. This is the trick, guys. I'm just getting all these out early. So that's a 4 plus 7, which is a good old fashioned 11.
Unfortunately, that does not ease their bouncer fury. They're not happy with you to begin with. So you do get the old heave ho. They each grab one of your ears and give you a toss into the street.
Can I roll a sleight of hand check on the guy that's on my right? That's just to see if I can take his wallet.
No, you can't. We're moving on. Stop.
Oh my gosh. I just want to say, at this point, Idris is laughing. Just like uproariously.
So how did Nat get killed in game number 6?
Pounding the table, just laughing. Oh my gosh, that was the greatest sequence that was not supposed to be in an AP ever.
We are moving on. The rest of the night goes pretty uneventful. If people not kicked out want to drink, they can. Alindra, you get back to the apartment and rest up. Everyone else, I think we've talked about this a little bit, but you're either staying in flop houses or like teeny hotels or a sleep pod. An efficiency room, which is like a very small hotel room, is 3 creds. A sleep pod is 1 cred. Whatever you choose, just go ahead and mark it off from your character sheet.
Awesome. Pod it is for old Knack because it's like a room.
Well, yeah, and you're a small guy.
So Alindra is mooching off of her Master Pastelar guy.
Okay, yeah.
Here, Alindra. And
but I get it for free, right?
Utilities.
Yeah. Let's see here.
So with this, I have all of my resolve points back, right?
Yes. So full night's rest, you guys get resolve points back. And are you all just meeting up at Mama Fat's the next day?
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's a good place to meet up. It's been a heck of a last 24 hours.
We don't want to meet like a block away and then roll in together.
Yeah, maybe we should do that. We could even get breakfast and coffee first. It'd be lovely. Brunch. No?
Yeah, I want to meet you guys there.
Andis wasn't paying attention. They're just gonna show up at Mama Fat's.
Yeah, I think Idris would do the same.
That's fine. We'll move it along.
Alindra is nice and refreshed. She didn't have alcohol the night before. So.
She also had lunch by herself, so
brunch.
Well, to be fair, neither did Knack.
Brunch is cool.
Yeah, Knack didn't get anything to drink either.
Yeah, no, Knack's sore still, wakes up from his pod sleep. It's just like, oh boy. It was maybe a single point of damage that you took when you got tossed out on your ear.
Gotta shake the rust off.
You guys meet at the small bodega down on level 21, and as you walk in, everybody going inside?
Yep.
Yes.
Sure.
As you walk in, Mama Fat greets you. And there are 3 level 21 crew walking around in the back of the store, guns tucked into their station suit belts. Mama says, there you are. Figured you might have thought better of coming back here.
No, we would never leave you.
We never think better of anything.
Very true, Andis.
One of these level 21 gang members walks forward from the back and says, big guy will see you now, but just 2 of you. Rest of you gotta stay here. 2 going with, we hold on to your guns.
Can I do a sense motive to see if this guy's on the level?
You need to be more specific to that with sense motive.
I want to make sure that let me see. When he says that, he's not going to take our guns and then shoot us in a back alley.
Okay, well, go ahead and roll that, and let's see what happens.
That is
a natural 3 on the
natural
dice.
Natural 3 plus 8,
those dice speak for themselves.
But I do have my expertise roll, which is a 3, 11. Great. I'm rolling great tonight, you guys. It's fantastic. Love it.
You cannot tell. He does seem nervous, so there's definitely something off. But how about everyone go ahead and give me a perception check? Yeah. Okay. So I'm seeing these rolls here. You do see all 3 of these guys look a little bit nervous, and I mean, you definitely did get a few of their comrades dead. So
right,
that's just a little dead.
Yeah, I think Edris would turn to the crew and just be like, well, we should choose 2 people to go. I am the strongest, so if something goes badly, I would like to be there, but I am not the greatest talker. So if I don't know, maybe Alindra, you and Knack would be better choices.
I would not send myself. I would nominate someone much better at speaking than I am.
Edris, you're a mighty Vesk. Your bare hands can do more than most armed people can do. I think if you're looking for protecting whoever goes in there, you're probably the person I'd take if I'm going.
All right. Well, if everyone's okay with it, then how about Knack and I go meet with this level 21 boss?
Sounds like a power team to me. I believe in you.
GM, can I ask a question?
You just did.
Can I, as a swift action, stow my laser pistol into one of my cheek pouches?
That is at this point a sleight of hands. One of those famous Knack sleight of hands that you hear about.
Just gonna eat my gun.
Don't you roll that one? Boy.
That is an 18 plus 7. So that is a 27? What was that?
Sounds about
25.
Right.
No, 25. Yeah. I can't do math right now.
Nah, it's okay.
Math is hard. So as soon as you try to eat your gun, one of these guys steps forward from the back and is like, I'll be taking that. Spit it out. Spit it out.
So I do have to clarify. Ysoki cheek pouches are not actually in their mouth. They're fur lined. They're very nice.
No,
they're fantastic.
Well, it is in their mouth. One.
It's like a chipmunk, right?
Yeah, it is like a chipmunk. I mean, I don't want to get into the weird anatomy of these creatures, but he sees you trying to stow it away and is like, give me that.
Edris will just walk up to one of the other level 21 crew members and just hand out his Doshko and his laser rifle.
Yeah, Randy's just going to hang back. He's not letting go of his weapon. In fact, his rifle's already out from under his shoulder and he's ready.
You haven't moved your model, so are you still in the street, Raimi?
No.
He's got our backs.
I was wondering if you're keeping Overwatch on the store.
I was actually wondering if maybe they could leave their weapons with us instead of with the crew. Is that a possibility?
Oh, well, no, they're taking them and they just put them. He goes back and puts your pistol Knack on the counter in front of Mama Fats.
If this map is an accurate representation, Andis is definitely gonna go take a look at that keyboard over here.
the guitar.
They're just gonna just sit there and like press the demo button and like pretend like they're making that song. That's exactly the song.
Right. So there are curios and like other very basic foodstuffs in the store, but it doesn't look like it's doing well. The store is doing great, and it's probably because it's a front for the level 21 crew. The 3 of you that are staying behind, the gang members stay with you, and they just kind of stand around looking tense. And actually, one of them is going to walk you out, Knack and Adros, out into the street, and walks you next door. And right next door, he opens up the doorway here with a small key card and leads you inside. And there's a few doors inside here. It leads you into a small back office. You guys can walk inside. So walking past these crates piled up along the wall, you go to the small back office, a few more gang members, and a small desk. And there's a male Ysoki with a large potbelly, a bionic eye, and a large cross scar down the augmented side of his face. He wears a green cape draped over his armor, and there's a pistol on the desk in front of him. And he kind of waves you in. The two level 21 gang members stand on opposite sides of the room. Adros and Knack, give me a perception check.
I rolled 16. 11 plus 5.
So, Knack, you
The 3.
notice, one of these guys seems familiar to you, and you think you recognize him from the previous day. He might have been the only one of level 21 that got away from the fight at Docking Bay 94.
Uh-oh.
I look at I throw a quick glance to Edris, like, it's cool. We'll be fine. It's cool.
The Ysoki behind the desk says,
Come in, frenzies. Hey, relax a bit. We're all frenzies down here on level 21. No nasty stuff, right? Hey, you have a drink with me, right? We talk later. We drinks now.
Edris is always down for a drink.
He pulls out a very large jug with 3 orange neon skulls on it and 3 glasses in one hand, and fills them up. Is a very strong smelling alcohol. The smell fills the room as soon as he uncorks the bottle and pours you a few fingers, it looks like, and hands you the glasses.
This smells like it could knock out one of the behemoths back on Vesk 9.
This is pretty good stuff. Good hooch. Boys down in the puddles grow it. Clean chems and clean hydro makes for strong spirits. You want the bottle? I can give you this bottle, or I can have another bottle sent to your place. Where are you staying here on the station, frenzies?
Can I sense motive?
Yeah.
So that is an 8 plus 5, 13. And I would also like to add my expertise die. Can I do that? No.
Yeah.
Yes,
this one you won't have to, because that is more than enough. He definitely seems like he is filibustering perhaps a little bit, just trying to disarm you.
I think in response to his question, Edris would say, I'm just in one of those sleep pods out in the spike, in one of the levels on the spike.
Oh boy.
I'll let you know where.
I can get you a better place than that. Get you a little discount. You talk to me after the meeting.
Go ahead.
I'm interested. Thank you. Yes, I would love that. The sleep pods are a little cramped for someone my size.
Nah.
Knack picks up one of the glasses in a big motion and then raises it to his lips. Doesn't actually take a sip, but makes it look like he's taking a sip.
Sleight of hand. Oh boy, it's our favorite. Drew. Favorite. Ooh,
17 plus 7, 24.
I'm rolling so well. I rolled an 18. Jabaxa, this Ysoki, introduces himself. He's like,
you got some kind of condition? You're not able to drink? Is everything all right?
Wait, so you rolled an 18. I rolled a 17, but I add 7 to that. Does that not beat the 18?
Oh, I have modifiers, Drew. Believe you and me.
Okay.
Oh, believe you and me. I have some modifiers too. Believe it or not, my named characters do not have 0 to perception. Oh boy.
Edris would just slug it down.
Right. So he starts drinking and says,
You don't want to drink the hooch, that's fine. You don't want to be friends here. That's fine, I understand.
Oh, of course we want to be friends. Knack, drink the liquid. We want to be friends with these guys.
I give Edris a pretty stern look, but then I take the drink.
Yay! We're up. So he says,
all right, great. That's out of the way. We can have some more drinks if you want some more drinks. That's fine. We're a simple organization here. We like drinks. We like having fun. Level 21, we dip our claws into this and that. Never too greedy. Always looking to protect our own. You feel me? So, I get a little defensive. You understand. I gotta put you through the paces here. I was born here on the station, raised down here on the spike, and after I made a name for myself, I came back, took over the gang, made sure that things were run legitimately crooked. We understanding the narrative thus far?
Yes.
Go on.
I gathered here from my man that you all had a little run-in down in Docking Bay 94. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what we came to talk about.
He picks up the pistol from the desk and lazily gesticulates with it, just kind of waving it around, using it maybe like a symphony conductor's baton.
3 of my guys died in that fight. You know that, right? 3 guys. Kid, too. Barely saw 2 decades on this dirty station. Your friend with a blade cut him down. Cut him right in half.
Yes, we feel bad about that. At the time, we just saw our potential contractor, the person who wanted to put the team together, get shot down in laser fire. We didn't know which side did it, and it was just kind of turned into a massive confusion and an all-out brawl.
Drew, your character Nat can kind of feel things souring. You maybe know Ysoki gesticulations or facial expressions a little bit more. He seems to be, if not hostile, I mean, at the very least, indifferent to you. Do you want to try and smooth things out with a diplomacy?
I do want to do that. So let me roll a diplomacy check. So that's a 16 plus 7.
Mm-hmm. You can aid yet. Dross can try and help out.
Yeah, I'll try and aid you by just pointing certain things out or nodding along non-verbally. I don't have a bonus to diplomacy, so this is just going to be as the die 10. Yeah. I don't think I aid.
I mean, a 10 is all you need to aid in most situations.
Oh, awesome, great.
So what do you say, Drew, to try and get him a little bit more on your side?
You have to understand the position we were in. We are supposed to meet with somebody on the docks. All of a sudden, a firefight breaks out, and you know what it's like here. You got to protect yourself, and if that means brandishing a weapon against somebody that's brandishing a weapon against you, you got to do what you got to do. We strongly regret the loss of your crew, especially the young one. We had to do what we had to do to protect ourselves. Surely we can move past this.
And I'll add on to that if it helps, you can call in a favor for me, and I will help out level 21 whatever way I can.
Oh boy, well, I understand. These things happen. You guys were there, and those other people were there. It was a bad rap. Really wish people hadn't had died. But look, the things are all good. We're still frenzies here. Big group of frenzies till the end. What can I do for you two in particular?
We two in particular are looking for some information.
Yeah, well, information I got. You're talking to Jabax. If something goes on down here in the spike, I know about it.
So I feel like your level 21 crew was getting roped into something bigger than I think any of us realized at first. What do you know about a man named Creel?
Okay, so I mean, you're not dumb. I'm not going to treat you like you're dumb. Let me just say that we took a contract very recently to help out and look after the Hardscrabble Collective's interests. You know that I'm not dumb. That's why you're here. I mean, we were informed that Creel was coming back to the station, and those flea meters down in the downside, they were looking for Creel. So we went looking for him first, try to get him protected. We're protecting the Hardscrabble. That's what we were doing.
Why was the downside kings looking for Creel?
I mean, it wasn't no random thing. We just got word that they were going after him. Those nutjobs were out for blood, and we had to move because they were about to put a hit on someone that we're contracted, the Hardscrabble Collective, to safeguard. So we just started this contract. We provide these miners a little muscle on the station. We went to 24, put the hurt on the downsiders. Yeah, they took out Creel, but we made them pay a price for it, and we lost some of ours too. It just happens that way. We're trying to do our best, represent Hardscrabble.
Who's your contact in the Hardscrabble?
I mean, we were hired through an intermediary. That there's probably 50 or 60 people that do business here on the station that are part of the Hardscrabble Collective. And whenever they're here on the station, they want to make sure that their ships, their cargo, their contracts, their people are all protected. So we work for just about everybody.
Was there anything special about this situation with Creel? Why you tried to get there so quickly?
Yeah, well, I mean, we just got word that the downsiders, I don't know who hired them, but that they were out for blood. They were looking for Creel. Don't understand what was happening, but we understand that if they're going after someone that's we're on payroll to protect, we gotta go do some business. These downsiders, they do all kinds of wet work here on the station. They don't have any code. Man's gotta have a code. Tells them what's right from wrong. Only take what you need. You never steal from the pot. You never double cross your family. Isn't that right, Knack? Old grifter code. Not a lot of people follow it no more, but sure, you and I know that.
Yeah.
I agree with this as well. Do you know where the downside kings are? I would like to pay them a visit.
Told you, my name's Jabaxa. I know everything that is to know about everything down here in the spike. You want to go talk to the downside kings? That's on you. I can tell you where they are. They run their operations as some club down a few levels. It's called the Fusion Queen, and that's where you'll find them. Probably find their leader there too. Bronkin Slaghead goes by the name Ferrani Nadaz, their bloody queen. But I'll be careful of a fight. She's a dangerous one. You step on her, and you best come prepared. She's got a hide-wired exocortex, real slick job from what I hear.
If we take out the downside kings, there might be a power siphon between the gangs. Do you think the level 21 crew could pick it up?
We protect our own here on level 21. We don't go fighting for turf.
Understandable.
There might be another gang that takes up what they left off, but I guarantee you they're not going to be as bad as the downside kings.
Can I roll a sense motive to see if he's hiding anything?
Hiding anything?
Or if it seems, obviously he's going to be hiding some things, but if there seems to be any information about this particular event, any facial motions that seems like he knows more than he's letting on.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Not going to get it with that.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 1 plus
yes.
5 as a 6, and I could roll my expertise die. But I don't know it's a 9. I don't think I'm going to get anything from that.
Miles, Rebecca, and Jabert, just to bring you back in the conversation. How many ones is that for Drew tonight? Just can you guys do some quick math for me? Right. So
it's just been 2 ones. Let's be.
He's
real.
a fast talker, and he's almost above your level as far as smooth talking and fast talking. So you're just being able to keep up with him, and I mean, it seems like he's pretty on the level. He's not really thinking about what he's saying. He's just like spitting out words really fast. So if he is lying about any of the stuff he's telling you, he is like one of the best liars ever. So yeah, he identifies where the Downside Kings are. Fusion Queen, a bar down a few levels. Something you can probably easily find.
Okay, Fusion Queen, further down the spike.
Yeah,
and I say that's probably where we need to head next.
I mean, I guess maybe just really quickly as a reminder to listeners of like the structure of Absalom Station is that in the center of it there's a giant spike that
that goes down beneath the station, kind of like a little tail almost.
And at the bottom, bottom of the spike, things are much worse off, right, than towards the upper part.
Well, at the very bottom, it's completely like uncharted territory, and there are all kinds of stories of horrible creatures down there and really lawless gangs. Like there are gangs like Level 21 and the Downside Kings that are evil, sure, but they're not crazy evil. There's all kinds of stories about just the terrible nature of the lower spike. There have been some like leaders of Absalom Station that have wanted to just take an army and like claim all those places back, but every time someone goes missing down there and there's some violence, they kind of think twice about it.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
So anything else for Jabaxa?
Jabaxa, thanks for your help on this.
It's no problem. We're friendsies here. We're all friends. Let's if you have any questions, you know how to get into contact with me.
Sure thing, Frenzy. And then I say to him in Ysoki, and take care of your family.
Yeah, no, you take care of yours too.
And he says in Ysoki, it's like,
hey, hang back a minute. Can we just talk in private real quick?
And it's fine.
Knack, I'll leave you to it, Knack. I'll go let the others know what we talked about.
His 2 guards leave with you, Edros, and he pours another finger of hooch for himself and offers one to you, Knack.
I take it.
He says, yeah.
So, what's the deal, Knack? Last time I saw you, you were going by a very different name.
Times change.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm not here to blow your cover. I just want to say I respect you and yours. I know when to bend the knee. I know when to appreciate my superiors, sir.
Thank you.
I can't endanger my men. You know that. We're strapped for cash. There's not a lot I can do here. But any assistance I can be of you, whatever it is, whatever it is you've got going on here, I'm not going to get in the way of it. But you just let me know if you need any help.
Just know that if you do lend us a hand, you'll be taken care of.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's good to know.
And he finishes a drink and lets you leave. Great. So you guys are all back up together in front of Mama Fats, next door to Mama Fats, wherever you want.
Yeah. I think Edris would go up to Raimi and say, the Ysoki told us that the Downside Kings are in the Fusion Queen, down on a lower level of the spike. Do you have any idea where that is, Raimi?
Yeah. But why do we care where the Downside Kings is?
Do you know where it is?
Probably.
How about you roll a culture check for me? You've been all around Absalom Station, but this is dangerous territory.
While he's rolling, it's just, well, we know where they are now, and we know why Level 21 was involved in the fight, but we still don't know who hired the Downside Kings, and I think the only way to find that out is to ask them directly.
Gotcha. All right. I mean, that makes sense.
So yeah, you've rolled a 12 here for culture with the information that he's provided. You've heard of a similar place a few levels down that is, if not a drug den, is definitely an illicit actions and a pretty lawless place. You've not been there yourself, but you can pinpoint where it is. That's where you guys want to head now?
First things first. Give me back my gun.
Mama Vets comes to the counter and hands it to you. holding on to the barrel. She says, "You going after the downside kings? You're gonna need this. Good luck."
Anytime, Mama. Thanks for your help.
No problem.
Johnny Bravo.
Mama.
Mama.
Anytime, Mama.
Mama.
Right before Andis pushes the demo button for the last time, they've been doing this entire time. Just pressing the demo button over and over again.
Mama, takes the battery out of the back of it. It's like, you don't feel the need to come back here anytime soon, okay?
Oh.
Let's go, Andis. We'll buy you a better keyboard somewhere else. All right.
Just a heads up. I'm talking to, I guess, anyone who's next to me. This place is rough, so be ready for a fight. Get prepared. Anything that you need, make sure it's ready to go.
Does anybody need to stop and get anything before we go down there?
I think I'm good.
All right.
All right, then. Let's prepare for the worst.
So, going down to where Raimi thinks the Fusion Queen, where Raimi thinks the Fusion Queen is, you find it in an isolated corner of a slum level of the spike, so really bad territory. It seems like their gang territory, if this is indeed Downside King's territory. They don't really care about the community. They're just kind of leeches on this level of the station. You can hear from probably a block or so away the thumping Acatonium Shumka beats coming through the walls from this place. And as you turn the corner, the streets here are deserted and quiet enough. And you see at the entrance to this building a few guards, a few bouncers at the door, talking quietly to one another. Everyone see where we are at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So there's a few bouncers out front. Go ahead and give me a culture check. Anybody that's got culture. Oh boy.
So, and keep in mind, I have rolled a 19 plus 5 to culture for 24.
More than enough.
And I also get a plus 5 against criminal underworld checks.
Very simply, DC 15. You can tell that the upside down crown, that is the insignia of the, like, underneath where the Fusion Queen sign is a gang insignia for the Downside King. So you're definitely in the right place. As you guys are walking around the corner, everyone give me a perception check. Let's see. It's pretty far away. It's pretty dark here. See what you guys can see.
13.
Edris rolled an 11.
Nilindra, 9.
Raimi, a 19.
Raimi, with your
nice roll, Raimi.
your night vision goggles as well. You can see pretty far away as you see someone come up to these three. Someone walking from down the opposite side of the street. And he goes up to the door, and the bouncers pat them down. And they pull out a gun from like his back pocket and put it in a chute to the left of the door. And then the guy walks into the Fusion Queen.
All right, guys. So it looks like they're confiscating weapons on the way in.
Ah, crap. Well, I figure there are two ways we can handle this.
GM, are we in vision of these bouncer guys?
Yeah, you can see them just in the light escaping, from the sign.
I mean, can they see? Can they see us right now?
You're back away from the lights, so they probably do not see you at this point.
All right,
you can barely see them, so it's pretty hard.
Everybody, pass me one of your one-handed weapons if you have them. Cheek pouch time. Let's do it.
I'm shoving guns in my cheeks, no matter what.
Edris just holds out his two-handed Doshko. Will that fit?
I hand him my pistol. Nat can have my pistol.
All right, so one pistol. My pistol's in the cheeks. I got more space. We can do this.
I've got my baton kind of lodged up in my wrist right now, so I'm good.
Does Andis have a hidden compartment?
Yes.
So I'm
nice.
I'm assuming that Alindra's solar weapon cannot be confiscated, correct?
Yeah, that's actually one of the great things about being Solarian is like, there's no taking away your moat. There's no taking away your blade.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I hope that was going to be the case, but
it seems like that is not a huge advantage. But there's a lot of situations where it's like, oh well, you're thrown in the dungeon, your weapons are taken away.
Oh, but Alindra glows and also has a weapon.
All right.
Slayer and
Must be
Masterclass.
Real nice.
So, Edris, it just looks like you and me have weapons that they would potentially confiscate. So we got two choices.
Absolutely.
We could either just go in, the two of us put our weapons in, so it kind of looks like we're playing by the rules, so they don't look that suspicious, or we just try to go in guns blazing. We've done both before, so I'm game for whatever.
Yeah. Edris would just kind of look at us like, yes, I really don't like this gang, and I would love to kill every last one of them.
Now
but
let's.
I love your enthusiasm, buddy. I love your enthusiasm, but it's not just you and me this time.
Bring it down. It's
I understand. I mean, I really don't like them confiscating my weapons, but I guess if I have to shred people with my claws, I can do that.
You are a weapon. You're a giant Vesk. I don't think you have too much of a problem.
You'll make me blush, Raimi. Fine, let's get this over with.
All right.
So, just an FYI on cheek pouches, you can hold up to one bulk in your cheek, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
small. The Doshko's only one bulk.
Or light,
but it's up to 10 light items, but it has I think it can't expand beyond like a cubic foot or something like that.
Yeah, you cannot put in a. You can throw in some small pistols. How many are you chewing on right now?
I currently have my pistol. I have a Lindris pistol. Andis has his in his hidden compartment. So
cool.
So I've got enough guns for 2 people.
So we've talked a little bit about what your cheek pouch can hold. Andis, you have a hidden compartment. How much can that hold?
1 light item.
Okay, and your baton is in there?
Correct, yeah.
So your rifle you're going to probably get that confiscated.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, so you're going to have a rifle. Okay, so your rifle's going to get confiscated. Raimi's rifle's going to get confiscated. My rifle and my Doshko are going to get confiscated. Okay.
And look, if worse comes to worse, we can take it back by force.
Yeah, I'm gonna say one of the things that we should do as soon as we get into the Fusion Queen is try and locate where these weapons are going.
That's a great idea.
Or at least scope the place out to where there might be another potential weapon within reach in case something happens.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That sounds like a plan.
All right, let's do this.
Knack, why don't you lead us off?
Here we go, boys and girls.
Butter 'em up.
You all walking up together, or?
Yeah.
I would appreciate that.
You don't want to get Knack to go by himself.
Knack turns around and he's alone.
Alindra follows behind Edris because he's big.
Great. So as the group of you step forward from the darkness in a big pack of 5, these guys, one of them step forward and says, "Oh, that's far enough, flame suckers. Hold up. Whoa. What are you here for? Business? Pleasure?"
I roll a diplomacy check.
What are you saying?
Why not both?
Why not both?
Why not both? Can we?
No!
That's number 3. That's a
third one.
Natural 1.
I think I have.
Natural one.
I think I have Tyler's dice tonight. That's what I think. Is going on.
Give them back.
You took my dice, you monster.
So they're like, "You're here for business or pleasure," and you're like, "Why not both?" they all stare at one another and they're like, "No, pick one. What are you here for?"
I'm here for pleasure. Definitely for pleasure.
Pleasure.
All right. Well, no weapons allowed. Drop them in the chute to the left. You get patted down. You can come in.
Shoots, that's fun.
Throw him in the chute.
Right, so I hand them or Raimi hands them the laser rifle and walks in.
Yeah, so they put down the chute. No one's trying to pass off any weapons besides Cheek Pouch McGee, right?
Right.
Hold
mine in my wrist. So
yeah. So does that provide a bonus? That slot for?
I mean, it's just built into. It's just kind of built into your arm. So I mean,
now,
all androids have an upgrade slot.
Right. But that could be like different things. It doesn't necessarily have to be.
Yeah, that could be any sort of upgrade. So
just gonna go ahead and we're gonna pat down. One of these guys is gonna pat down Knack. See what he rolls. A 10. You can give me Drew a bluff check or a sleight of hand for your cheek pouch. It's like maybe he touches one cheek first and then you like shifts stuff over and touches the other. But give me a roll.
Okay, yeah.
here we
this is honestly going to be it's going to be the same because my bluff and my sleight of hand are the same right now. So
all right, roll me a 20.
So 8 plus 7, 15.
Mm-hmm. All right, so yeah, this one pats you down. Is like, all right, go on in.
Ha! I don't celebrate.
Nice.
That's out of character celebration. That's not in character celebration.
And the other one pats you down, kind of perfunctory, pat down Andis and waves all of you in.
Okay.
Edris looks at them and he holds out his claws and he's like, "Do I need to wear little sheaths for these?"
Don't give him any ideas. Ed.
No, I mean, you're here to have fun, right? That's not the kind of fun we have here.
Oh, but I like fighting. But I'll restrain myself because I like you.
Edris, stop flirting and get in here.
All right, fine.
Oh, I'm getting left behind.
Oh man.
Come on,
I'm
Alindra.
loving this map. This map looks like a fun party time.
Oh, yeah, we need to talk about this map. This is a
Andis
sick
is going to the dance floor.
So you guys all walk into the Fusion Queen, and inside there are dozens of species. It's still really early in the morning, but Absalom Station is the city in space that never sleeps. So the dance floor is crowded right now. You know, people coming from all different planets. Doesn't really matter what time it is. It's always bumping. Those with dark vision or low light vision can see pretty well in here. Everyone else, there's thick clouds of smoke and laser light shows going on.
Does it help that I glow?
Your moat
does not help.
No, I mean, you can illuminate a little space around you with your moat, but you're not able to see too far past where your moat is illuminating. But yeah, it's pretty busy in here and pretty dark. But you can see on the dance floor, there's a DJ pumping out some music on the main stage. Dancers in skin-tight bodysuits. Let's see, there's a Lashunta woman and a Sheeran host. Dancing on either side of the main stage in little glass boxes. A Veska man is behind the bar to the north, and there's a female gnome in another one of these little glass dancing booths in the middle of the Fusion Queen. So they're all dancing in these little boxes scattered throughout the club, each with a pink crown on their heads. A large winding bar curls around this northwestern corner of the club, and it's just packed with people crowded around it buying intoxicants and other illicit materials. You can see people stand in tight circles everywhere, and there's a number of booths that line the southern wall. To the west, there's a door that reads staff only, and a very conspicuous camera looks down from above on it. And also to your immediate left when you walk in is a small coat and weapon check. They board half-elf girl in a glitzy attire who's looking at a data pad. So that's what you guys see. Andis, you said you're going straight for the dance floor.
Oh yeah, I've been dancing the whole time I've been in here.
Andis and I are both cutting a rug.
Oh yeah. Me and Raimi are up in here just
letting loose.
tearing up the place. We're dancing with all these cool aliens.
I
don't want to leave this place. This
place is awesome. The floor is lighted up with these like blue and pink neon pathways.
My GMs never take me to places
so
this
much.
cool.
It feels like 80s night to me.
Oh, it looks
So
great.
Yeah,
have you guys ever seen that movie, A Space Mutiny? It's basically like that.
Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
So yeah, Knack, Alindra, Dross, what do you guys want to do?
Can I do a perception check?
Yeah, what do you want to look for?
These sick moves.
I want to look for. You mentioned that there were some cats with say purple crowns or pink crowns on. I want to see where I can identify one of those, and then I want to do a culture check to see if I know what that means.
The dancers.
Yeah. So I mean, you see them. Go ahead and do that culture.
All right, so that is a 16, and I can roll expertise on top of that, so that's going to be a 21.
It looks, they're dancers in different little booths around the Fusion Queen, and it looks just kind of like club attire. They all have skin-tight, form-fitting clothing on, and then the crown, which seems to be kind of a motif of the Fusion Queen crown. Alindra, anything you want to do here?
Yeah, this isn't really Alindra's kind of scene, so I think she's gonna saunter over to the coat check. She doesn't necessarily have anything to check, but strike up a conversation with this half elf that's manning the booth.
She's just looking at her data pad and she's like, "You got your ticket?"
Yeah, I was wondering how long you've been working here. I'm not sure I've seen you here before.
Forever, like 3 months.
Oh, really? How'd you end up getting this job?
They wouldn't let me dance, so this is where I got stuck. Pretty much. Oh.
Oh, so you're a dancer? So did you have to audition, or like how does that process work?
Are you looking to dance here? Is that what you're asking?
I mean, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what my career options are. I'm really trying to find out right now.
I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but if they didn't hire me to dance, then we're kind of all staffed up right now.
Yeah. All right. I get it. So did you know anybody here? Do you have to have like a connection, like an in to be a dancer?
I mean, I think they just like the way that they look, but I don't know, whatever.
So you just walked up to this place one day and tried out? Like, I mean, surely you knew somebody.
I lived down the street, and yeah, my cousin said that they were looking for work.
Okay, so your cousin, are they associated with this place at all? Familiar?
No, they just longtime bar patron. They'd come in. They sell stuff here every once in a while.
Okay, what kinds of things do they sell?
Are you station security? What are you asking so many questions for?
It's not really my scene, dude. Like, I'm just
Knack looks over at Alindra. He's got big ears, so he's been able to hear what this conversation going on, and basically walks over. I want to roll a diplomacy check to smooth things out. Come on, not a 1, not a 1, not a 1. 14.
Can I roll my own diplomacy check?
Yeah, you can. Or you can try an aid, Knack.
Okay, cool. Oh, I did terribly.
Yeah.
A 4. Right.
Oh, man, we are rolling some stone cold dice.
I do have a 7 on top of that, but yeah.
So, yeah, you try and smooth things out with her, and she actually seems a little bit more receptive to you, Knack. She says, how are you doing? What are you doing here, little furry guy?
Yeah. And I change up my posture a little bit just to look a little cuter. On the inside, it hurts me a little bit because I like to look cool. But I understand that sometimes you need to do this to get the job done. I also want to activate my vocal modulator to raise my voice about half an octave higher.
What are you doing about those guns in your cheek pouches?
They're fine. Nobody can even tell they're there.
Have we talked about Knack's vocal modulator before?
I don't think so. That's
I've mentioned
character creation, right?
Yeah, I've mentioned it, but it just hasn't come up because I wanted to try to use Creel's voice for stuff, but I didn't hear it.
Right.
Yeah, so is that something? Why don't you talk about that?
So I have a vocal modulator that can change the sound of my voice, and I believe I can also use it to mimic the voices of others if I have heard them for enough time. So I could technically use the voice of any of my compatriots on the team right now.
So what do you want to say to this girl?
Oh, sorry, don't mind her. She's new to town. She's just trying to figure stuff out. She is looking for some dance work. Look at her. She glows. She would be great on the dance floor. You sure you don't know anybody that might have a little bit of an in for just anybody for us to talk to see about any kind of work?
I mean, you could talk to the bartender. Maybe I don't know what you're looking for, but it might be a place to start. What if you want to work here at the bar? I guess
it seems like such a happening, fun, cool place to be. It seems like where everybody wants to be. Look at all the fun people are having, the dancing, the dining. Everybody's having. How could you not want to be surrounded by this all the time? Right.
Did you want a coat or something, or can?
Oh, I actually do have a question for you. Do you know what's behind that door that says staff only?
Yes, I do. It's for staff only.
Yeah, I obviously. I mean, I can read, but so what's back there?
It's like it's a supply room and stuff. What do you?
I bet there's
a lot. What do you need to know? All this?
I bet there's a lost and found that has some crazy items. What's the craziest? You know what? We're having too little fun. We need to go have a drink. come on, Diana. Let's go to the bar and take a look and see what's going on. You've been a great help. Thank you so much, and you enjoy your evening.
Edris, please tell me you're doing something else.
Yeah, so Edris would kind of plop. Edris, in this, while they're having that conversation, kind of goes over to the bar and just kind of sits down and goes, "Barkeep, I need a strong one. I just got the worst news. I'm no longer employed, and now I'm looking for work in this terrible part of the spike. I mean, is there anybody who could hire a 7'2" Vesk? Anybody? I literally do anything."
The bartender eventually does come over to you and says, "What do you want?"
Your strongest drink and maybe a hot tip to a good job.
Yeah, this isn't the unemployment line, buddy. Here's your drink, 2 creds.
Thank you. Here's your 2 creds. But I mean, I thought you're a bartender. You have to be in the know. I would really appreciate any advice. I'm pretty new to Absalom.
Yeah, here's some advice. Go find work somewhere else. Quit lousing up this bar.
Can I roll a diplomacy just to kind of butter him up and make him a bit nicer?
Please do.
I mean, I'm not good at this.
I'm very excited to see how this turns out.
18 on the die.
Oh, snap.
Man.
You stole my dice, you jerk.
So I would just kind of say, like,
that's a straight 18.
That's a straight 18, yeah.
Okay. Well,
but just be like, listen, I know you probably see nobody's like me all the time, but you'd be really doing me a favor, and hell, I'd buy you a drink once you get off shift.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of work you need. I'm just the bartender here.
Oh well, any work at the bar that I can pick up, maybe?
No, we're staffed up here.
Oh, that's unfortunate, but thank you, I appreciate it.
While Rami and Andis, you guys are dancing all around this club.
We're on the bar.
Give me a perception check, Rami. Yeah, they don't allow you on the bar. They immediately tell you to get off the bar. No coyote ugling here. Perception. So
20.
Rami, you see a guy walking across the dance floor, coming for you. Seems to be heading your direction.
Okay, I'm gonna keep dancing because I'm not gonna just look like a doofus.
Yeah, we're not gonna let him ruin our night.
I love that your reaction is, "I'm gonna keep dancing so I don't look like a doofus."
Right? We look awesome.
So we're dancing in the middle of this dance floor, and if I see this dude just stop, that's gonna be super obvious.
Yeah, he comes over to you. He walks over to your character Miles, and he says, over the music, he like shouts in here. He's like, "Hey, bro, don't I know you from somewhere?"
What about my hair?
He's decked out in a flight suit. He's got patches of various ports all over it, and he's a long-haired human. And you do indeed hear them. It's not that crazy loud, but he has a Versite accent and kind of a look to him. Over his shoulder is a small hover drone. He says, "I feel like I know you from somewhere. Didn't we go to flight school together? Maybe on Versite?"
I doubt it.
No, man. The name is Mello. I swear I recognize your face from somewhere. Have we flown together before?
Andis butts in and says, "Tell me, Mello, can you do this?" And then I roll a computer's check to try to do the robot.
Oh no! It's the worst computer's check you've ever had. 12. Yeah, it looks really organic. Like you're popping and locking, but it's like really smooth. You're like, no, man, I can't do that. No. So he's still talking to Rami. What's your name? I'm Mello. Dude, who are you?
If you recognize me, you clearly don't know me if you don't know my name. So
I never forget a face, man. It's stuck up here. He's hitting his temple.
I just kind of like turned to Andis and continue dancing.
You turn away from him?
Yeah. I was like, sorry, dude, I've had a long week. I need this. I don't know you.
Well, you kind of shake him off, and he walks away, taking a drink of this intoxicant and shaking his head. And that is a shout out to the first winner of our First Friday Fan Challenge.
What?
Who emailed in the NPC Mello.
Nice.
Oh, now I feel bad.
Yeah, well, at least you didn't kill him, which is always a possibility.
Well, it was someone who was recognizing me from my homeworld, so yeah, I thought about killing him.
Our listener, Epi, thank you so much. We'll get some contact information out from you. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, we have a challenge going on for people to submit their NPCs, make up your own NPC, their name, a little backstory. The information's on our website. Help us populate Absalom Station with some living people, and if we use them here on the podcast, we're going to we'll pick a couple winners, and we'll send you a PDF of one of Paizo's awesome Starfinder books, the CRB or the Dead Sun's Adventure Path. But thank you, Epi.
Nice, very cool.
Yeah, sorry, I did not respond to your NBC as well.
Like I said, he's alive, so he's going for it.
Yeah, he might actually reappear at some point.
Well, and he's getting the same treatment the rest of us are, so thanks, Raimi.
What would you guys like to do?
I'm sorry, if you could move like this, you'd be where I am too.
Edris will kind of come back over to Knack and Alindra and just say, I tried to talk to the barkeep, and they're not hiring. There's no jobs, and I was trying to figure out if I could maybe meet with a manager or something, but it doesn't seem like anybody's talking to me. I don't know, Knack. How do you want to handle this? Go straight for the back room, or try and go over and break into where they keep all the weapons and coats?
So we've got a little bit of an in with the coat check girl. At least although she's seen our face a little too much, she might be. She's seen me and Alindra. She hasn't seen you. But I don't know what you're going to get out of her other than maybe some intimidation. I'm wondering if you should maybe walk over and start a fight on the dance floor, distract everybody while the rest of us run into the back room and see what we can find.
So I have a question. What are we hoping to find in the back room there? I mean, are we thinking that, is it more important to go for the weapons, and are we thinking the weapons are in the code check room? Or are we looking for some kind of information? And if so, what information could possibly be in a staff-only back room?
Well, this is a big establishment. They have to have some kind of an office set up. So there's got to be more to... I've been around this game for a long time now. There's got to be a place where they have their high-level meetings.
We're looking for evidence of some kind of connection between this club and the Downside Kings, and something having to do with Hardscrabble
and who hired them to attack Creel.
Yeah,
right.
We know the Downside Kings are here, but they're obviously not going to be in this part of the club, and we're trying to figure out a way to get to wherever they hang out without being noticed and attacked immediately.
Okay, so before we go sneaking around and into their back rooms, do we feel adequately prepared weapon-wise, and should we make that a priority?
Right now,
I dance up to the group and what are you guys doing?
You
sticking
dance
out
up to the group?
Yes.
You do the
you guys are sticking out like sore thumbs, going around asking questions, and just being the most conspicuous people here. You have to act like you belong.
Right. All these people on the dance floor are my people.
I was the reason we're out there acting like a bunch of idiots is, and then Raimi just kind of puts his arm. I was look around. That's what these people are doing. If you're going around just gruffly asking people stuff, and he looks at Alindra, I was I don't know what you were doing. Have you talked to someone before?
Clearly not.
You guys just have to tone it down a little bit. Or, the reason everyone's giving us the cold shoulder is because, we're being the most conspicuous. We may as well just try to kick down the door at this point.
Well, then what is dancing doing? You two are over there dancing. What information are you collecting right now?
It's a long game, dude. You can't just burst into here and pretend that you're someone's pet and then get information. How much did you get from the Coke Girl?
I was trying to pull...
How much information did you get from the Coke Girl?
I was trying to pull her pronking butt out of the fire. So you don't tell me what I'm trying to do.
So the answer is nothing. Don't con your way out of this. You got nothing.
I think
Alindra pulls Knack over.
I need to make a diplomacy check on the dance floor. It's a 6.
How about, it does not agree with you, buddy.
Chill out in character and just out of character. What do you guys want to do?
I make a very obvious to Raimi wink at Raimi. Raimi, do you recognize my wink?
Sure.
And I push.
I don't think anyone recognizes what's happening.
And I push Raimi.
Oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
Trying to get us.
This is the last time. And I take an overhanded swing at Knack.
Oh boy, like a real swing?
Well, it's pantomime.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for that, give me a bluff check. Actually,
for both of us.
Yeah. If you're play fighting, if you're real fighting, that would be something.
Oh Lord! So I've got
nice guys.
I've got an 11.
A 5 and a 4. Yeah, no one seems really interested. It looks like you guys are like in kindergarten, like kind of pushing each other.
Andis sees this happen. And runs up and whacks him in the head.
For real, hits them in the head.
Just like blacks out his baton and like smacks Knack in the head. He's messing with Andis's dance partner.
This is. Do you guys even need me as a game master here? Should I just step outside and?
Yeah. All right. So at this point,
sandwich?
Raimi runs to the Coke girl and is like, "Hey, this guy needs medical attention over here."
Yes.
She hits a button and a metal grate goes down in front of her window, and I need everyone to make initiative rolls.
Oh!
Stepping from right outside the doors are the gang members out front.
I think we handled this really well.
Great work, everybody.
What's the opposite of really well? Because that's how we handled it.
Yeah.
Really poorly. Oh my gosh. Where the heck is my... Oh, there it is.
Oh, sorry, I didn't do this at the beginning.
Oh, I got a Edris has a 21 on the initiative.
Andis has got a 9.
Knack has a 12.
Everyone just go ahead and call it out, because we'll do it. So call out what you've got.
Raimi rolled the 10.
Knack has
a 12.
Knack has a 12.
Edris has a 21.
Wow, 21. So, Knack, I think your dex is a little bit better than Alindra's, is that right? Your dex modifier?
My dex modifier is...
Mine's 0, so yes.
Yeah, mine's 2, so yeah.
Great. So, we are in combat. Idros with a 21. You see these two guys from outside bust through the doors, and they've got pistols drawn, ready for action. And they see you. They're right next to Raimi. You have first action, sir.
So there's 2 of them?
Yeah.
All right.
I think I said Idros. Did I not say Idros?
You said Raimi.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, they're right next to Raimi, but
Idros. Gotcha.
Idros rolled a 21. Do you hear me, Tyler?
Yes. No, I just
You are first, sir. Idros
man.
rolled a 21. You see these two guys next to Raimi. They've got their pistols drawn.
Yeah, just kind of talking this out. I mean, we have my Edris is right next to Alindra. We're really close to Knack and Andis. We're kind of in this, almost
you're right in the beginning, the front of the bar. Yeah.
Oh man.
Idros, what do you want to do?
Okay, so I think Edris, seeing Raimi in trouble, is going to just move, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So he's going to move 25 feet. He's right alongside Raimi, so it's Raimi and Edris,
right up
side to side. It's us for life, and I'm just going to... let's see, what am I going to try and do? I'm going to try and disarm this guy, I think.
Okay.
If I can do that. I forget. So what's the... I forget what the the difficulty class. What's the difficulty challenge for disarming somebody?
It's pretty high. I'm pretty sure CMD is 8 plus their KAC.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'll just roll it. I mean, I think that's the first thing he would want to do is, I'm unarmed. This guy's got a pistol. I'm at a disadvantage, and if I can even it out by, knocking it out of his hands, then I think that'd be the best. So let's just roll. I'm going to roll here. 13 on the die, plus my 5, so that's 18. Probably not going to be enough.
I don't think it's going to be. I'm just going to double check. What was your total number?
18.
Yeah. So unfortunately, you go up to try and take the gun right out of their hand. He just snatches it back, and he is going to move around. You can get an attack of opportunity on one of these guys because they just pull their pistols and start firing.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
So there's 3 of them now. They've moved in and they're kind of circling around you at Dross. Who do you want to go for?
I'll go for the guy that just moved in through the door. So the original guy that I tried to disarm kind of shifted to my left and was replaced by a guy who came through the door. So I'm going to go after the guy who came through the door.
Okay.
Oh, 5. That's a miss.
Okay, yeah. So they all just start lining up. Ooh, I've rolled a natural 1 for my first attack roll of the night. That's great.
Yeah. Yay.
Misses.
And a 4.
Not doing super well.
And
hey, a natural 20. Right through the whole roller coaster of emotions for you guys as players. So this guy, levels the pistol just right up against your chest. and pulls the trigger at Dross. Cool. So 5 points of regular damage, and yeah, we'll need to, on your next turn, do the burning condition. See if you can, if you catch fire, and if those flames start doing damage to you.
Not again.
Again, yeah.
It's the second time for Edris.
Pistols are so great.
Becoming really annoying.
Knack, we're on to you, sir.
I look at Andis and, what are you hitting me for? Those are the guys you should get. And I'm targeting the guy that just shot Edris with get him. So everybody gets +1 to attack for that guy for the remaining round. And as a swift action, I pull my pistol out of my cheek pouch.
Cool. Do you want to pull anyone else's out?
So I actually have a rules question about this. Because it's a swift action to remove something from a cheek pouch. Is it a swift action to pass that weapon to somebody else?
No, but you can just, you can spit them out right on the ground and they can pick them up on their turn.
All right, so I spit the other one out in front of Andis so that he can pick it up.
Okay. Great. So...
Wait, what were you spitting out? My pistol?
Yeah, but you have your Solarian weapon, so I'd rather you use that than...
That's fine. So Andis has got my pistol right now.
Yes.
Or will when he picks it up.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to do?
I would like to attack the person that attacked Andis. So I am going to use my azimuth laser pistol to
go for it.
Shoot that person. So that is an 11 to hit.
So against their EAC, that is a hit. You got no cover between you and him. Max damage, 4 points of damage.
Yes!
Alrighty, so that brings us to Alindra.
Alright, I'm gonna move down to this guy who is next to Edris and pull out my solar weapon. I'm also one step toward photon attunement with this turn.
Going for the photon.
Yeah. Okay, so can I move and pull out my solar weapon, or do I
do a move action easily? Alindra, you've moved up. You've formed your solar sword weapon.
Yeah.
Are you going to try and attack this one that Knack has marked?
Yes, I would love to.
All right, go ahead and roll.
Finally, somebody's attacking the guy who got marked.
All right, so I rolled an 8.
Get him target.
12.
So that 12 is a 13 for my +1.
13 is a hit against KAC.
Nice.
And is that 8 damage?
8 damage.
Yes.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Let's go team.
He is not doing too well. He is still up. He's nearly dead. Awesome.
Okay.
All right. So that is your turn. Raimi, we're on to you. These guys are right up in your face.
So Raimi's just kind of flustered, or not really flustered, but irritated. It's like, well, this whole thing was a bust. And he looks at the guard kind of veering at him, who's obviously clearly overconfident because he's got a weapon in hand, and just sighs and looks at him and just says, "Magic missile."
There it is.
So if you don't move, if you want to do magic missile as a full attack, it's 3d4.
3d4.
Now, so this is the first. This is the first time this has ever happened on the show. Raimi, tell us about. Maybe describe to us what you're doing.
Missile.
So magic missile is one of my level 1 spells, and it cannot miss, which is kind of a plus.
Yeah, you just shoot out these, in this case, 3 beams of magical force energy, pummels into them. So go ahead and roll those 3d4.
All right.
You're going against the guy right in front of you, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I rolled a 4, a 1, and a 3.
All right, so 8 damage in total. This guy's not looking too good.
Nice.
And that's your whole turn. So, Andis.
I'm going to step forward and attack this guy with my baton.
All right, and you can pull that out very fast.
That's a move
Quick
action.
release. A 17 to hit KAC is a hit. Oh boy, just one point of damage.
Not great.
That is enough. You just beam him in the head and he falls down. He had 1 hit point left. So
The guy to finish him off.
Oh, no, that guy.
and that takes us back to the top of the order. Edros.
Okay, Edros is going to take a guarded step to kind of free up some more room for the rest of his teammates. So he's alongside one of the downside kings who came through the door. And we'll just use his claws to go at these guys. And you know what? He's got 2 claws. He's going to make 2 attacks.
Yeah.
So
all right,
first
so -4 to both of them.
And so first attack, 18 to hit.
Yeah, against K8. Whoa. Yeah, and that's with the -4. Wow. That is a hit against most anything at this level.
Yeah, awesome. Really quick, my natural. So, because I am the Vesk have claws, so they are always considered armed, and they can deal 1d3 lethal damage.
And do you add your full strength to that?
Oh, let me read it. So, the attack does not count as archaic. Vests gain a unique weapon specialization with their natural weapons at 3rd level, allowing them to add 1/2 their character level to damage for their natural weapon.
Oh man, both you and Alindra can never be disarmed, basically.
Yeah, so I think I would still.
Yeah,
it sounds like I would still get my. So I'd still get my strength bonus.
So you rolled a 2, and your strength is 4. 4. So 6 points of damage.
Yep.
Roll that second attack.
All right, attack number 2. A 5. That's not going to do it.
All right, so the second one misses. You can get attack of opportunity because he doesn't have anywhere to go, really. He tries to shoot you again. Oh, and on your turn, Edros, at the end of your turn, I need you to make that reflex save to see if you catch fire.
Oh, okay, my reflex is my worst one. I only get a +1 to this. Oh, natural 1.
Okay, so you're burning.
My
you take
dice are back.
Of burn damage, and he's going to try and this one tried to shoot you before and missed, but go ahead and make attack of opportunity.
18 again. Nice. Yes.
That's great. All right, so hit, you do damage.
Roll the 1, so 5 damage.
All right, so he's still up. He tries to shoot you. He hits your EAC and does another 3 points of damage. This one is actually the one that you hit, Raimi, is going to try and hit you. What is your EAC, Miles?
My EAC is 14.
Okay, so I rolled a 7. Just a miss. Yeah, you just kind of.
I do my little dance move.
Yeah, you're still dancing. You dance right out of the way of that shot, and it is Mac's turn.
Well done.
All right, so GM, can I ask a point of clarification to see who looks like they're more injured of the bad guys?
I mean, you've seen Edros, this one on the right. He's just tearing him apart with his claws. He doesn't look too good.
All right, so I am going to say, Raimi, man, you and me, let's get him for this cat that Raimi has been attacking on the left.
Great.
And I would also like to shoot him with my laser pistol.
Go for it. He's going to have a little bit cover because you're shooting through your friends, but it's still very possible to hit.
So I've rolled an 11 to hit.
So even with that 11, unfortunately, you miss because Raimi jumps out of the way at the last second. You almost hit him, but that guy, you miss. It hits the door right behind him. Alindra.
Alindra says excuse me to Andis as she passes and positions herself between Andis and the other enemy.
Excuse
so polite.
Pardon me. Do you have any gray poupon?
It's in her nature. So she's going to use her solar weapon against this guy just below her, and she also has another point in photon attunement, which gives her +1 to her damage roll.
Point number 2.
So I got a 12 + 1, so 13.
That's a hit.
And is this also marked? Or?
Against KAC. This guy is not.
So that's only 12 if you're attacking that guy.
Yeah, 12 is a hit against it.
Nice.
KAC.
Okay, great.
No
drop him.
4 points of damage, is that right?
Oh, wait, I was wrong. Yeah, photon is damage roll. I get them confused. All right, so I get a +1 to my damage, not my hit.
Well, 5 points, yeah.
So
he was
5
dead
points.
with 4, he's dead with 5. You're like, excuse me, Andis, I'm just going to go kill Steel real quick right here. Excuse me. And it is Raimi, your turn.
All right. Well, so this guy's obviously clearly still shaking off the last magic missile.
Yeah, he's still kicking, but he's hurt.
I'm just gonna straight up punch him in the face.
Okay. Let's see how this plays out.
Good
16.
That's technically a 17 because he's marked.
Ooh, that's a good point. That is a hit, even with just throwing that ungainly punch. So it's I think D3 damage, just a regular punch, but this is non-lethal.
Non-lethal.
Yeah. Right. I mean, we don't have to kill him.
Yeah, we do.
Sorry, 2 points. He is still up, but he's, you connect with his jaw, and he's a little groggy. Andis.
This is where you fall down.
Andis thinks his team's got it. Walks back over to the bar.
Start dancing again?
Yep.
Exactly. I'm gonna go show my moves and try to smooth things over with the rest of the patrons.
Edros.
Computer
Edris will take a guarded step towards the guy and tell the guy's like, "You should have given me those claw sheaths." and he's gonna do another 2 attacks. First attack, 13. Or no. I'm sorry. That's gonna be. I rolled a 12 plus the 5 is gonna be 17 plus the 1 for get him is gonna be 18.
That is a hit.
Yes.
All right. Let's do some damage. For 6 points of damage.
He goes down.
Yes.
Yes.
Nicely done, team.
So yeah, now that the laser fire has lifted, you hear bar patrons screaming and running around. The music is still bumping really loudly, but you can hear above that from behind the armored window of the weapons check. Your weapons drop into a small metal container in front of the door, and with a note attached to them.
I take the note.
It says "To be continued."
Oh!
Of course,
Hey,
it does.
good combat though.
Yeah.
And Andis, I like the show of confidence.
Yeah, I was out of options, so.
It's true.
You could have taken the long way around, but yeah.
Oh yeah, we are over an hour here. That's normally when we wrap things up. So we will pick back up. Believe it or not, there's going to be some more problems here in the bar, and we'll get to them next week. Thank you guys for playing with me.
Thank you.
It was a good time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And say good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
Let's bust a move.
All right, and welcome everybody to another edition of what we're calling Crit Bits. A little bit of extra on top of the episode that you've already listened to. Joining me is Drew and Tyler. Hey, Drew and Tyler.
Hi.
And a special guest this week from Legendary Games, we have Jason Nelson. Jason, welcome to the show. Welcome to Crit Bits.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
We're very excited because over the last few weeks, we've been following the latest Kickstarter for Legendary Games, which is directly related to Starfinder, and been just watching it explode over these last few weeks. Can you tell us a little bit about the Alien Bestiary?
Why, yes, I can. So, if those of you who aren't familiar with Legendary Games, just a little quick synopsis. We started out as guys who were regular Paizo freelancers with Pathfinder. Mm-hmm. And, so we've written tons of their adventure paths and hardback books. I've written, I think, almost 70 different products for Paizo. And so we were all the same kind of authors that you were getting, with your official products getting, same kind of high quality. We always strove to be a premium brand of really, you're getting some fantastic product there. We started out work for Pathfinder APs. We built up from there doing stuff with Mythic. We've done stuff for 5th edition as well. And so, of course, when Starfinder came along, we said, we totally want to get on that as well. And I mean, some of the people that work for us are the same people that work on the Starfinder, like Liz Liddell and Thurston Hillman and Alex Gunas.
Mm-hmm. We're big fans of Thirsty on the show.
Yeah, Thirsty is pretty awesome. I actually just sent in a Pathfinder book that he and Jesse Benner worked on together, which has been just lingering on my to-do pile for a year and a half. And then finally
congratulations.
Oh, boy, yeah. Sort of layout. That one, just a free amusement value, is malevolent, medium-sized monsters. High CR creatures that are not large and not just demons and not NPCs. No, they are actual, honest to goodness, medium-sized, high-powered monsters, and it's going to be totally awesome.
Those are the most dangerous ones when you come across them and they're not like a huge creature, but it's a boss fight. You're like, oh no, he's the same size as me.
As a player, it can be just terrifying because you don't realize it until you step up to the plate, and all of a sudden, you're just getting ripped apart, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, if you come across a boss fight and they step up and you can't see any weapons or armor or anything else, and they're the same size as you better be afraid.
And it's going to be trouble. But monsters are what we're talking about here. The Alien Bestiary is obviously a monster book. And over the course of running Legendary Games, we've created a ton of monsters, including a ton of sci-fi monsters. And we're going to talk again about the Legendary Planet Adventure Path. Adventure Path, which we created originally for Pathfinder and for 5th edition, and which we're also in the process of, doing for Starfinder. The first adventure's already out. The player's guide's out. We have a bunch of other products for it, and we can go into more detail on that later. But we had created a ton of monsters. We also work with Robert Brooks and Encounter Table Publishing on their Ethera campaign setting. They had produced a lot of sci-fi creatures there. We figured, we've got a lot of great monsters. We've got a lot of great artwork. Shoot, the Alien Archive, as we looked at it, is not a traditional bestiary in the way that you would think of it. It's almost, there are bestiary parts of it, but it's really set up more like a monster codex kind of a product from the Pathfinder side. So we said, there's going to be a need for just a real, honest goodness, awesome monster book for Starfinder. And for that matter, we're also creating it for 5th edition. And after talking to our fans, we're creating a Pathfinder version of it as well. Figured, put it all together, make it available for everybody as much as you can. So,
yeah. So are there multiple entries in the book, or are there just like all the stats kind of next to one another?
No, there'll be separate versions for each system.
Okay. I was about to say, because that might get a little long.
Yeah. So we have considered that, but I've talked to people. Rich Baker, he's done some books. I worked on them with that were multi-system books, and I just it always ends up feeling really clunky the way that it's put together. And so I think it's much better just go ahead and create it for each system and hit it and move on with it. So the base funding goal we hit in like the less than 2 days. Over 10, now it's at $10,000 that funded. The initial push of the book was going to be about 200 pages or so of sci-fi and space-themed monsters. And a lot of these are the brand new monsters you've got from Legendary Planet and the Ethereum campaign setting, but also are Starfinder versions of classic space and sci-fi themed monsters that you've seen throughout the kind of history of Pathfinder. Some of these are, Lovecraftian monsters, or things like the Nathalgu, or the Hounds of Tyndalos, or the Lunarmas and the Akatas and things like that. Creatures that have a classic space or sci-fi type origin. Lots of, robots and constructs, of course. But
really crazy outsiders,
exactly.
that might as well be from another, complete dimension as opposed to a plane of existence.
Yeah. So that was sort of the baseline of the book, and we blew through that real quickly. And one of the things we've done before in past books where we've had monsters, and we've done, various campaign compendiums and we did a bunch of stuff for Mythic, is to bring the fans in and really help them to decide which are the creatures that are going to be in here. And so we're already through like 4 different, stretch goals already and moving towards the 5th. We're going to talk about the Alien Codex in just a minute. This is
I'm excited for that.
But so the Alien, every, however many thousand it is, we bring in a new cluster of monsters, and the fans actually get to vote on which of those monsters will definitely get into the book. Now, so the first one was Cosmic Construct, and the Terraformer robot was winning heartily. The Annihilator robot was close up to the Soulbound Shell. I think the Clockwork Mage was just barely hanging on. And so the fans get to decide these monsters will get in there. Now, if you want, you actually can spend an extra pledge and say, you know what, I am pushing my golden ticket basically, and I want that monster to be in. You pledge for it, you'll get a copy of the artwork, and you'll be able to say, nope, that monster's going in. I don't care who else. I don't care if the lead golem only got 4 votes. By God, I want a lead golem in the book. Similarly, our most recent stretch goal was for alien animals. Because, look, in any campaign, you've got these great and grandiose monsters, but you got to have some ordinary wildlife in there too. And so whether these are escapees from an alien zoo or some sort of a transplanting project gone horribly wrong, or just parallel evolution on another planet where they have tigers too. They're just red or whatever it may be.
They got antenna.
Exactly. So fans will be able to vote on which of those animals, and they're already in there. They're already voting now. And I must tell you, the Tyrannosaurus is leading by a mile as the #1 vote getter.
I can't be surprised on that one.
The Rock, also very popular. Everybody likes a little rock music. Let's see who else is leading the charge there.
I thought you were talking about Dwayne Johnson as a pet.
The Octopus and Giant Octopus, also very popular.
And can go on land and sea. It's just it's a smart choice.
Yep. The Ape and Dire Ape, and then I think that is tied with the Wallopet, actual alien animal already, as designed. So some of these are terrestrial animals, others are things of the animal type, but that already exist. That was one that originally came out in the Rain and Winter adventure path when you were on the planet of Triaxis, and then was republished, I think, in Bestiary 6. But anyway, so the ones that people vote on, We've already got a team of about 33, 34 people who are working on conversions now as we speak. We got a ton of stuff done already, both for 5e and for Starfinder. They've been working hard in the background here. We've got a ton of artwork already. We've got more artists already lined up, and so this is something for which we're well prepared and well equipped. And that this is not something where we're going to fund and then say, oh shit, well, we'll see this book in about a year. We expect to have the book done by January, possibly even sooner. Mm-hmm. And of all the Kickstarters we've run, we've done a bunch of them. With one exception, all of them have delivered either on time or early. One exception being the Legendary Planet Adventure Path, because it turns out that doing 7.5, 100+ page adventures for 2 different systems simultaneously, a lot more complicated than it sounds.
I was about to say, but that your delivery status on those other projects is pretty amazing for Kickstarter, because I've probably kickstarted about 20 projects, and I don't know of many of them that have come out on time.
I figured just got to be prepared and pay attention to what you're doing and make sure that you appropriately scope your project. And
well, you said you've got the experience of getting these things out on time with Paizo, and I can understand that the fans are they expect that they expect you to see that book at their table or on their iPad at least.
Sure, and they should. Why not? There's always going to be more stuff you'll add. In the course of a campaign, people will pledge in. They'll have more unique stuff here. With our last project, which is for Pathfinder 5e, which is the Forest Kingdom campaign compendium, people could pledge in and design their own kingdom or their own kind of royal portraits and flags and coats of arms. And so some of that was managing to make sure we got all the all of the information. Although we said, if we get into after a certain date, it's probably not going to get in the book, because we need to move on this thing.
Yeah.
Now, there were a couple that, we lost track of a long time, and if that was our mistake, then we went ahead and got the art done anyhow. But the people that just never got back to us, well, thanks and God bless you. But we got a book to make. So
yeah, no, you got a deadline, and people thirsty for those content, especially these aliens. People really need those bestiaries to start, filling the table with monsters to slaughter. As opposed to monsters, also the next goal you mentioned briefly, the Codex.
Yes, the Alien Codex, and this is something which is
by the time you're listening to this, it's probably already we're moved a few goals past this, but as of right now when we're recording, that's the next one for the Kickstarter.
So we're about 1,500 away from that one, a little less than 1,500. And so the Alien Codex is like the NPC Codex or the Monster Codex, in the sense of that it features and highlights a number of unique alien races, and that number starts at a certain amount when we, fund the book, which will be about 120 pages or so. And then as we continue on, we'll add more alien races. For each race, there will be some background information, there will be some race-specific rules, and there will be, out of the box, ready to use NPC stats block. So I think it's probably most similar to the Pathfinder Monster Codex in that way. And then so if you have...
That's a great book too. It's so useful for GMs.
Exactly. There will be a section of kind of legacy races. You've got humans, but you also have some stuff for your elves and dwarves and half-orcs and whatnot. But you also, in the initial batch, you'll have the Autain, sort of the clockwork cyborg creatures. You have the Claven, that are these bioengineered super soldiers used by the hegemony in the Legendary Planet setting, and the Jagladine, who are the sort of half-insect humanoid mad scientist race that creates the Claven on behalf of their more, powerful masters. So there's a whole set of those. And as we go along, we'll be adding new races from the Etheric campaign setting, like, Content, the Tar, the Infused, the Phalanx. We'll be adding some of the other Legendary Planet, races, like the Chlorvian plant people, the four-armed Stari, the sort of winged reptilian Svar. We'll also be adding more of these sort of villain races as we continue to go along. And we may add some more of these Starfinder races. We'll probably spend less time on that because they are getting covered already in the Alien Archive and in the base book. So we won't spend as much time on these Starfinder specific races, but there will be some in there. There will be some exotic races as well. So it'll be a great, like I said, an easy to use resource. You go to a strange planet. You don't have to be rolling up stats all the time. Pull out what you need. boom, it's right there. It's ready to play. It's ready to use.
Yeah.
And
So
sci-fi
great.
often leans toward humanoid foes a lot. And intelligent races more so than raw monsters. You're going to need a lot of monsters.
Looking at you, Star Trek.
Right. But you'll also have a lot of people. And so that's why we want to create the Alien Bestiary. It's got all your monster needs. We've got the Alien Codex. It's got all your people needs. And there actually is another companion book, which is at 30,000. That's the Ethera Field Guide. So if you're at all familiar with the Ethera campaign setting, you can check it out on our website at makeyourgamelegendary.com. Ethera, Thera, or at etherarpg.com.
Yeah.
It's a
a little bit. Can you spell that one more time?
Yes, AETHERARPG.com.
Theory, right?
Yep. And so it's a bounded star system that is sort of sealed off from much of the rest of the universe, and so it's got its own unique twists and quirks to it. The star ship combat system, actually, Thirsty Hellman, created that as well for Ethera before he went back to work over at Paizo full time. And it's got, tons of, great contributors, but it also has a lot of great races, and it's a really, evocative book originally designed for Pathfinder, but we are also in the process of creating, Starfinder versions, and for that matter, 5th edition versions as well. And this is part of that project, both creating the Starfinder versions of the Ethera monsters, but also the Ethera Field Guide is more in the nature of like a naturalist guide that you would study. It, again, is similar in some ways to a Monster Codex or NPC Codex kind of book, but it's a little bit more focused on examining the ecology. So it's like the ecology of articles that you would have read, back in the day in Dragon Magazine about lots of different kinds of space monsters. And you'll have, 2, 4, 6 page, spreads devoted to specific kinds of creatures and lots of variant versions of those monsters. So you might have, multiple kinds of the same. So let me back up for a second. So much as with the Monster Codex, it's mostly humanoid type races with variant versions. The Ethera Field Guide, among other things, is more like variant versions of the same monstrous creatures as opposed to humanoid creatures, as well as sort of rules that are specific to that creature. What would you do with their parts if you want to hack them up and harvest them? How might you breed them? How do they interact with the creatures? So it's a lot of GM information, but also a lot of flavor information alongside the mechanics. And so it's 3 different takes on types of monster books. One that is just straight up bestiary, monster. Mm-hmm. One, and that's the Alien Bestiary, the Alien Codex, mostly set on NPC stat blocks, and then I'm going to come back to that in a second because it's an extra part to talk about. And then the Ethera Field Guide, which is more talking about the lore and the nature of what these alien creatures are like. So it's not just an orc in a funny suit or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's actually different, interesting, evocative, really often surprising takes on different creatures. But to go back one time more to the Alien Codex, while it's got a ton of stuff that is just stat blog, it also has a section, and this is more similar to the NPC Codex, wherein you have some iconic characters. So iconic characters that actually have already approved the first chunk of these, which are from the planetary heroes in the legendary planet setting. So these are characters with deep and involved backstories, with personality, histories, and with versions of them at more than one level. So besides just having, hey, here's a staff block for a space pirate, 3rd level soldier, envoy, whatever, you would actually have characters that have very detailed, full color portraits. You've got, connections with each other and with sort of the campaign worlds that you might have them in. And so then you would have the same character you use as a recurring character, like an ally or enemy or rival, the crew of an opposing spaceship, whatever it may be. And you might have stat blocks for them at 2nd level and at 5th level and at 8th level. So they are ready to be able to be used, multiple times throughout a campaign. And some of our goals, besides money goals, we also have backer goals based on total number of backers. And so some of the backer goals we have in there are actually to add additional iconic characters. So besides the initial 8 of them, which have already been, funded at a previous stretch goal, there will be another one, which will be an android. There will be another one a little way after that will be a Ysoki. So at that point, we'll be adding in some more iconic characters that do draw on the classic Starfinder races, the new ones from there, the Lashentis and the Shurans and whatnot. And so you'll have wide variety of types of NPC resources in the Alien Codex. So you have just easy drop-in cannon fodder guards, socialites, whatever, space scientists, and so on. But you'll also have ones that are particular and unique to races that are different. You'll have special rules for some of the races there that have unique feats or equipment or gear or spells that are, endemic to them. And you'll have these very detailed, iconic characters that you can use on an ongoing basis and as recurring characters in the campaign. You can play with them if you wanted to.
I mean, as a GM, like all of this just sounds amazing.
So amazing.
It would take off such a huge burden from both people that want to, jump into an adventure path, and someone starting from scratch with their own universe, their own, they can just, like you said, take both of these books or all three of them and kind of mix and match and see what works together. Can we just talk about the Kickstarter? So the main one for the Alien Bestiary is for backers at the first couple of levels, I think 30, 35, 40. And then these the other two books, the Codex and the Aethera campaign, would those be things that you add on after it's over, after the project's over? Can you do that now?
Well, there's a couple of things. So one is there are add-ons that you can add your pledge right now if you want to. And so like the Aethera campaign setting book, we have, it's already published. It's, it's almost 600 pages. About 120, 130 pages of that are Pathfinder specific rules. The rest of it is all setting material. So I mean, if you were playing Starfinder or Traveler or Star Frontiers or GURP Space or whatever you wanted to, you could buy the book and just use the setting material and forget the mechanics, and you're still are going to have 450 pages of incredibly dense, rich, and exciting, and really evocative, very cool, and also, by the way, beautiful.
Some of the best art I've seen in any supplement for tabletop RPGs.
Thank you.
You can look at the Kickstarter yourself, listeners, and I think you'll be forced to agree.
We were always started off with the idea that it's going to be a first class product. That's the only thing I know how to make, and there are folks who want to make bare bones products, and God bless them. It's great that they're doing that, and I hope they have all the success in the world. That just was not the kind of product that I wanted to make with my company, and so we chose a different direction, and I'm happy doing what I'm doing with that.
Mm-hmm.
But to get back to your point, as far as things that you could do add-on pledges, such as the Aethera campaign setting, the Planetary Heroes or Etheric Heroes, you could add on the Legendary Planet Starter set, which is the first adventure, plus the Legendary Planet Player's Guide. Mm-hmm. And there's also a prequel adventure if you wanted to play it in either Pathfinder or 5th edition, if you wanted to start on a fantasy world and have your players eventually get sucked off into outer space and play the sort of fish out of water angle. You can use the prequel adventure for that. Like, hey, there's trouble with the old blocking village. Let's see what's going on. Turns out there's alien invaders.
Portal time.
Looking at crazy. You eventually get infected by it. Even if you win the adventure, at some point later, you get abducted off into space. You wake up in a tube full of alien goo in a prison planet where the prison's been hit by meteors. It's falling apart. The air is leaking out, and everyone's going to die unless you escape.
Oh boy.
And then if you escape, you land in a sort of boat-sized spaceport hive of scum and villainy, and you've got to figure out, all right, where the heck are we, and how the heck do we get home? And of course, the adventure proceeds from there. That's Legendary Planet. We can talk about that in a minute. But get back to your original question: how do we get the different books? The core pledges that are up there right now are for the Alien Bestiary. That book, stretch goals for that book, because I'm not going to have you pledge for something that we haven't funded, that I can't say 100% sure it's going to be delivered. Mm-hmm. So at the point when that stretch goal is unlocked, then we say, all right, now this book is available. We'll put up some new pledge levels, and you can, pledge in and get the Alien Codex by itself. You can do, various forms of combo pledges to get the Alien Bestiary plus the Alien Codex for one system, for multiple systems. And the same thing once the Aethera field guide is unlocked. We'll open up another set of pledge levels where you can get all three of them, or you can, get them, a la carte in bits and pieces. It does make it a little more complicated to do it that way, but at the same time, that's part of being, upfront, ethical, and honest about how it is we're doing a project here.
Right.
I don't want you giving me money for something that I can't, guarantee is going to be there at the end. So as we get to it, now it's available. Let's go. Let's rock on. Let's do it.
Well, yeah. I think most people that jump into a Kickstarter, that's what they expect, and it seems that's what they're going to get here. Like I said, you can go back and look at the other campaigns that you guys have done and see how people have responded and really jumped into those as well. But yeah, if you go on to Kickstarter, we'll have links on our episode here. But if you type in Alien Bestiary, it should be the first thing that comes up.
I hope so.
By the time, how many Alien Bestiaries are there? By the time you listen to this, I'm certain we'll have some more unlocked. But if we don't, then you can help out if you're interested in jumping into it. Like, well, I know Tyler and I at least already are.
I'm drooling over all of it.
Yeah.
All right. Who did you guys vote for in the monster polls?
I haven't gotten there yet. But
you got to vote.
I know you got to vote, buddy.
I want all these. I mean, that's one of my favorite things about Kickstarters is being able to connect with the people interested in your product immediately and give them a hand in the design process. Now, for better or for worse.
One thing I didn't mention before, or I would do a little, is that there are a number of bonus sponsorships you can add in there as well if you want to personalize your Kickstarter experience. So I mentioned that you could, put in a pledge to say, I want this monster to be in there, and sort of golden ticket that monster into the project. And so that's one of the options. But if there is a character, an idea, something you want to make sure gets in the book, whether it be in the Alien Bestiary, if it gets into the Alien Codex or the Ethereal Field Guide, we've got a number of levels of that, and that's done under the sponsorship section. So if you want to, I've had people say, look, my father passed away, I want to name something after him in the book and name a character after him. And so they did an extra pledge for that if you want. So that would be space graffiti. You want to name something after your kid, your wife, your favorite character, whatever it may be.
A little alien shout out.
Yeah. It's an alien shout out. Hologram designer, you can sponsor illustration of a monster. You want to see illustrated in the bestiary or a character that you'd like to see in the Codex and Field Guide. You got to work with the artist, make sure the art comes out looking just like you do. The xenobiologist, you get to pick a monster, boom, golden ticket, that monster is in. You can pick out a monster that's that is from some other existing source. You could pick out some old Spelljammer monster or something. Or as long as we can kind of file the serial numbers off a little bit and make it work with the OGL. But you can get that in there. Again, you'll get copies of the artwork for that. You can join the space program. You can pick out and basically submit a Starfinder 5th edition, or in this case, even a Pathfinder character for one of the races in the Alien Codex, or one of the standard Starfighter races, and you can make your character be a part of that codex. You'll get a beautiful illustration for it, and you get to have your character immortalized for all time as one of the stock NPCs that gets murdered by player characters all the time.
Everywhere. Just a constant stream of NPCs beating your character down.
Yeah.
Roll history. I mean, I'm just looking at those prestige stretch goals, and for what you're getting, it's actually a really good deal for full art and stuff, and to be immortalized in this book. Yeah, that's pretty
we also have the clear plastic pawns. We already have unlocked the first batch of them, and these are similar in shape to Pathfinder pawns, but they're made of a clear, high-density plastic that's very durable, and it's full color on both sides, and also it's got replaceable base like the Pathfinder want to do, but they're a lot thinner, a lot lighter, but still very strong, very durable, and the clear plastic is really a very cool look for a sci-fi style game. We've worked with a company called Arknight before. The sample picture here is from one of our other Kickstarters. You have to scroll down a little ways to the add-ons, and you can see you can add the pawns on. You can add them on now. We've got one batch of them already approved. We're coming up on another one of them. So as we continue, we'll be able to create more and more pawn sets. The first ones will likely be focused more on monsters. The second one probably mostly on characters. And then some of the latter ones may be focused on custom dies for bigger creatures. They have certain standardized pawn sets. We can get our own custom dies made as well for making really big things. So, and there's a lot of cool sort of swag items, special dice bags, a light up spinner, t-shirts, all that kind of fun stuff.
I'm looking at these now. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So,
it's fantastic. And the dice, you couldn't pick better colors.
Yeah, so we're excited. We've got people who worked with on this. Robert Brooks, he loves the little charger down there, the little portable display. It's like, dude, that's so perfect for a sci-fi game. Anyhow, there's all kinds of fun stuff you can get in there and do special pledges.
That's awesome.
You said you like interacting with folks at Kickstarter, so do we. It's a lot of fun getting to meet up with fans and make those connections.
That is going to do it for our first part of the interview with Jason Nelson from Legendary Games. Thank you very much, Jason. That's going to spell the end of this very long episode. Thank you guys for sticking around. You can find us online at cosmiccrit.com. Hit us up on Twitter at cosmiccrit or send us an email at cosmiccrit@gmail.com. Thanks everyone for listening and have a great week.